Thank you so much, Mr. Ramgulam. Our time check now, we're down to 20 minutes after 3 o'clock. We started this process. We got the ball rolling last Friday afternoon, and it will continue up until this coming Thursday. That gives us 5 working days in which to cover 15 artists, which means that on Catch the Rhythms, each and every day, it began as of last Friday and will continue to run up until this Thursday, every single hour on Catch the Rhythms, we will be greeted, met with, and entertained by one of the 15 finalists who are competing in the grand finals of the Chutney Soca Monarch for 2011. Last Friday, quickly recapping for you, we started the ball rolling from 3 o'clock with the Hitman. He was then followed by Mr. Rick Ramuta, and then for the last hour we were joined by Mr. Lalchan Babwa, aka the Hunter Man. Today we've got, or should be hearing from the likes of Ricky Jai, Soca Elvis, and a bit later on this afternoon during the course of the 5 to 6 hour, the defending Monarch champion will be in studio for the final hour of today's edition of Catch the Rhythms in the form of none other than Mr. Ravi B. But before we get into all of that, let's say good afternoon and welcome, happy Valentine's as well, to our guest in studio, one of 15 who can potentially walk away with $2 million come this Saturday at Skinner Park in San Fernando. Mr. Elvis.
Hi, Manfazir. Well, men not supposed to wish men happy Valentine's Day, but happy Valentine's Day to you too.
No, you see, I don't want you to misunderstand my message. When I said that to you, I was bringing greetings to you, Valentine's greetings to you on behalf of the station.
Oh, great.
So just so that we can clarify that, let's set the record.
I'm cool.
Mr. Michael Saloom, on behalf of 103 FM, the management and staff, and if you'd like me to even shape it, be a little more specific than that, on behalf of the female
ladies, right?
The female team here at the First the Finest, management, staff, and others on our team as well, we would like to wish you a happy Valentine's.
Thank you, and same to you. Same to you, same to everybody in the station. Man, woman, anybody. It doesn't matter. Because apparently it's becoming, Halloween has become a real big thing here too. I mean, they do it all the parties and all the festivals they have, and the dress-up balls, and we kind of come in like, we kind of Yankee-rise-in a little bit.
Well, you have Yankerized or Yankee-rized the to use your words, Yankee-rized the chutney industry.
Chutney industry, yeah, Soca Elvis, yeah, Soca Chutney Elvis, so for sure, so there's no problem, Yeah, man, it's great to be here. My voice is a little, excuse the voice, is a little hoarse. I had about I would say close to 9 gigs this weekend. It was really tough. This was one of my toughest weekends in the music business. Wow. For some reason, things just happen. And
well, that's good because it means that you are out there, your song is out there, your performance is out there, your reputation is out there, your name is out there, and that's exactly what you need for a text campaign that's going to determine who walks away with $2 million.
Right, exactly. So it was a little marketing. I don't like to push it in their face all the time, but when I go out there, I drop a couple lines, 2-3 lines, well, I'll be there in the final and this is the song I'll be performing, and but I don't like to do through the whole session. Vote for me. I do it for one part of my session. If I'm on stage for 20 minutes, I spend maybe 30, 40 seconds on it, and then I get out of it. And because, it seems like a kind of politicking kind of thing. So.
And Elvis has never been known for his politicking.
Exactly. So, I'm not against it. The other guys do it because, I've been in fets with some of the past champions, and, I'm not against it, but, that's just me. I'm a shy kind of guy, I'm not the aggressive type to stick it down your face all the time.
You're shy when the spotlight's not on you, but when it's lights, camera action. That's when you do your thing.
I guarantee to put on a good work.
Elvis, before we ask all of the hard-hitting questions, first things first, you started your musical career, local musical career, quite some years back, much before we knew you as Soca Elvis. In fact, I think back in the day you were Zoom. Was it Zoom?
Yeah,
Zoom?
I started singing rock. Pop rock music in the 1980s in a band called Frantic. That was like from 86 to 90, and that band broke up, and then the band that now is Image and Company, it was Second Image back in those days, Ghetto Flex, Russell Cadoga, and myself, Trisha Lee Kelshaw, Johnny Gonzalez, Joey, Bucky from the Mellow Bugs, he was the drummer. A lot of people that passed through the band Second Image went on to really big things, and then fortunately Joey stuck it out, Joey Ningwai, and Russell is back with the band. I even saw Ghetto Flex with them at a function there on Saturday night. So I was real pleased to see Ghetto Flex. I always get at Tabanka when I see Image and Company play, because that used to be, you know, that used to be
that's where you got your roots. Yeah.
My roots from as a soca artist, you know, and I learned a lot from Russell Cadogan.
So you went from pop rock, into soca, and now into chutney soca. What I'm very interested in finding out though is why the change, or what caused the evolution from for your movement from soca into chutney soca.
All right. Well, first, what caused the evolution from pop rock into soca was, you know, we were a very good sounding band, but a lot of times we would play. They used to kind of we used to be known as a north, a uptown band, and we would play in a lot of functions like at the Yacht Club, at the Normandy Hotel, at the Valley View Hotel, and a lot of times there would be bands like Taxi. That would be, you know, part of the function, and then they used to bring down Spice. Spice had a lot of soca hits in those days. The conga line, lift your leg up, and
lift your leg and wine.
Take your clothes off, all those kind of stuff. And what we realized as a local rock band, we weren't really going anywhere. Although we sounded good, people wasn't dancing; they were just headbanging and listening to us. So, you know,
and in Trinidad and Tobago, with our culture, that ain't gonna cut it.
Exactly. So, you know, the adults used to tell us, you know, you all guys need to start playing soca. And you know, after performing with these soca bands and hearing that right after Carnival they'd be touring, we said, you know what, maybe we should give it a go. But when we tried to play soca music while we were still under like a rock umbrella, it wasn't working. We tried it a couple of times. It wasn't working well. So the band eventually broke up and regrouped, and then we came up with the band Second Image, thanks to Joey and Johnny Gonzalez. I wasn't sure I wanted to do it, but they invited me back in, and it was great. I got some experience with them for like a year and something, and I moved on from there to have my own band with Ajala. And then after that I joined Atlantic. I toured all over the world with Atlantic, which is like Destra's band, but it's no longer called Atlantic. It's Destra and a band. So you know, I was part of a lot of soca bands during that time in the 90s.
And how you been lapping up or liking the Indo influence?
Well, all right, let's get to that. Well, after I decided to go as a solo performer back in the early part of the last decade, like about 2001, 2002, I decided I wanted was time for a name change. And there was a guy called Andy Stevenson. He was doing like a soca Michael Jackson, and I find he was a blow mind. That guy was a real performer. He was moonwalking and whining, and, you know, to Michael Jackson songs in a soca beat. And I said, you know what, if we could have a soca Michael Jackson, the world ready for Soca Elvis. And that's how I came up with the idea, you know, getting into Soca Elvis. And I was performing with the Spectacular Calypso tent. I was doing very, very well there, but they closed their doors in 2005. And I was kind of left with no home, nothing to do at Carnival time, because I was more of a concert performer, not a fet. Soca Elvis was more known for a sit-down crowd. The more mature crowd really liked it up. Although I got into the Soca Monarch a couple times, but it wasn't based on airplay. It was based more on my performance, you know.
Live performance.
Yeah, my live performance. You know, and from there, in 2006, I got a call from Indar Kanai. For some reason, I never knew who he was. I didn't have a clue what he sang. I didn't know he was a big singer. And I went and I met with him, and he said he was looking to take his band, the Trishul, yeah. He was looking to take his band into a crossover kind of thing. He's doing a lot of functions, and he wanted me to sing soca. So when I went there, things didn't really work out as planned. And he looked at me and he said, Elvis, they have a fella called Big Rich. I want you to go by him. You should record a chutney, you know. And that was it. I went by Big Rich, and I recorded my first song in 2007, Chutney Wine. And from there, you know, no turning back.
And one of the songs, now there have been many songs in recent years that you have launched that has really helped to create the name and the image behind Soca Elvis, at least, Chutney Soca Elvis. However, one of the songs, in fact, that earned you the highest accolades, at least from the judges, came in back in 2008. And this is the song that we would now like to share with our listeners as the court string.
And I want to big up Farid Mohammed. Farid Mohammed was also one of my producers in those days too. This year, incidentally, I used Big Rich and Rishi Mahatu, but I record with everybody, and I want to send a message out there, you know, that this song was produced by the FM studios. It did a real great deal for me. I came third in the competition in 2008, you know.
Well, you heard a TNT. We're down to 329.